President Trump announced that he has signed the bill to eliminate taxes on Social Security. So, how much is your Social Security check going to go up? Well, I am going to explain that in details. Plus, there are a lot of things in this bill, the big, beautiful bill, that seniors are going to be really happy about. There are about five solid pros. There are five different things that have been added to the bill that are supposed to benefit seniors. And so I'm going to explain each of them and tell you how it is going to benefit you. Now, there are some seniors that have commented in my previous video that there are some things that you did not understand regarding taxes on tips, taxes on overtime, and the big one, taxes on Social Security. So I'm going to explain that to you. Hello, my name is Kwame Kwade. I am a government benefits expert, and for 15 years, we've been helping seniors get the retirement benefits they deserve. We create content on Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, food stamps, and more. Now, if you are new here, welcome. I am glad you're here. I want you to do me a favor, go into the comment section and let me know your city and your state. And if you've been watching this channel for a while, thank you for continuing to support our channel. So let's get to the headline. So President Trump signed the big, beautiful bill on July the 4th, which was Independence Day. And he made a big announcement about it. One thing that he said that caught my eye was that he said he has eliminated taxes on Social Security. Now, in the bill, one of the things the president did was include a $6,000 tax deduction that seniors can take beginning in 2025 to 2028. So I think that's what the president is referring to. So I'm going to explain how much your Social Security check is going to go up if you were being taxed on your Social Security and what you can expect. But there's a lot more in the bill that needs to be explained, especially things that really benefit seniors. And here's one thing I'm going to acknowledge. There are parts of this bill that do not cover every senior citizen. So I know a lot of you have been asking, what happens to those of you who do not pay taxes on your Social Security? Is there anything in this bill for you? Well, I'm going to explain all that in detail, so stay with me. But the big story is that there are five things that are in this bill that should make a lot of seniors happy. And so let's walk through them and I'll explain it in detail. The first one is the one that is causing the most confusion, and that is no tax on Social Security. Was that in this bill? Well, I can tell you it wasn't. That wasn't included in the bill. However, in place of that, the Senate and the House and the president included something for seniors to help bring down your taxes on Social Security. So that is the $6,000 tax deduction that was included as part of this bill. Now, how is that going to work? Well, if you are a senior citizen and you are age 65 and older, and you are paying taxes on your Social Security benefits, then you can deduct $6,000 on your taxes and up to income of $75,000. So what that means is that if you're making $75,000 or less, you qualify to be able to deduct the $6,000 from your taxes. And if you are a couple that are filing jointly, you can deduct $12,000 for income up to $150,000. So if you pay taxes on Social Security, does this completely eliminate your taxes on Social Security? The answer is no. However, it gets you closer. So the president can technically say that he has reduced taxes on Social Security, but he has not necessarily eliminated all taxes on Social Security. But here's the thing, it is better than where we were a month ago, when 40% of seniors were paying taxes on their Social Security. So the $6,000 tax deduction is supposed to help reduce your Social Security taxes. And it applies to seniors age 65 plus, but it's only going to last for 3 years. So while the president is in office from 2025 to 2028, you are going to get a break on your Social Security taxes with this additional tax deduction that is aimed at seniors. There are plenty of things in the bill that are also great for seniors. Number two, if you're a senior citizen and you make over $200,000 in income, you are going to get a $12,500 tax cut. So that is separate from what I already talked about. This is an additional tax cut. If you are a senior citizen in the high income category, you get an average of $12,500 reduction in your overall tax bill if you make more than $200,000. The third thing that was included in this bill, which the president promised, remember when he campaigned, he talked about no tax on Social Security, no tax on overtime, and no tax on tips. Well, the no tax on tips part made it to the bill. So if you are working and you are getting tips, you can deduct the first $25,000 in tips tax free. So this is going to help a lot of low income families, a lot of low income seniors be able to get some relief in taxes. So this is also going to expire in 3 years. But while the president is in office, if you are getting tips as part of your wages, you can deduct the first $25,000 tax free. The other thing that's in the bill is the no tax on overtime. And in this one, if you get overtime, if you're currently working as a senior citizen and you get overtime pay, the first $12,500 is tax free. And so, as you can see, there are a lot of things in the bill that is supposed to help, middle class families and including seniors. The next thing that I think a lot of people are going to be happy about is the SALT deduction. Now, SALT means state and local taxes. Now, this used to be a very controversial thing because if you live in a state, a high income tax state, where local and state taxes are through the roof, I'm talking California, New York, Connecticut, Washington State, Massachusetts, New Jersey, you know what I mean when I say that local taxes and state taxes can be overwhelming. Well, in this bill, you can deduct up to $40,000 of your local taxes in your federal tax returns. So if you are stacking up all these benefits, you can see that a typical senior can get a lot of money back. And so it has been estimated. The question that I've been asked in the comments is, how much is all of this going to reduce or increase my Social Security benefit? So if you are currently getting Social Security benefit, how much are you going to save on taxes and how would that increase your benefit? Well, estimates show that the average senior that is paying taxes on their Social Security benefits will get a check for about $2,630 versus the $1,905 that the average benefit was. But I want to be clear. Only those who are paying taxes on their Social Security benefits are going to see this increase because it is money that is coming back to you. Now, the question is, how about seniors that do not pay taxes on their Social Security? What is going to happen to those seniors? What is in this bill that is going to help you? Well, I'm going to get to that in a second. But let me give you the list of all the things that I think are in this bill that are going to benefit seniors. The next one is the deduction on car loan interest. This is really new, and it is supposed to encourage American-made cars, or at least cars that are largely made in the United States. And so in the big, beautiful bill, you can deduct up to $12,500 of interest on your car loan if the car was largely made in the United States. Now, the question is, what does American made mean? Because a lot of cars have different components that come from all over the world. Well, they are going to define what that means. But the good news is that if you buy a brand new car that was made in America or largely made here, you can deduct the interest. Now, there are other things in the bill that help wealthy seniors. And I'm just going to share it because it's important for you to know everything that could benefit you or somebody you know. So there is an inheritance tax relief. If you are leaving about $15 million in inheritance for your children, they can inherit that tax free. Why is that important? Well, previously, the inheritance tax was $5 million. And then President Trump, in his first term, increased it to $7 million. And now it's been increased to 15 million. So if you are wealthy and you're leaving a lot of stuff, a lot of money, assets for your children, they can get that tax free. So those are the big things that are in the bill. So now let's talk about seniors that do not file taxes on their social security. The 40 to 50% of seniors that do not make enough money to file taxes on their social security, what's in this bill for you? Well, the short answer is there is not a lot, but it doesn't mean that there are not things that they can do this year in order to help you get real relief. And let me acknowledge the truth. A lot of seniors are struggling. A lot of seniors are living barely going from social security check to social security check. So I know the frustration because I've seen it in the comments. A lot of you are asking, if I'm on social security, I'm on disability benefits, and I don't file taxes, is there anything that I'm going to get? Well, I'm going to tell you what they could have done for you so that we can keep pushing for those things that can make a real change and a real difference in the lives of seniors that are low income. So the very first thing that I think they should have included in the bill, which the president and the Congress can do this year to bring real relief to seniors, is to pass the Social Security 2100 Act. Now, if you don't know what this is, I'm going to explain it. So basically, this is a bill that is around, has been in Congress for a few years now, that is supposed to bring tremendous relief to seniors that are in low income, whether you are getting Social Security or disability benefits or spousal benefits or survivor benefits, you are included in this bill. And what it's going to do is going to give you a $660 increase in your benefits if you are getting the minimum Social Security benefit. Now, a lot of seniors are through, because they worked in low wage jobs, are not getting a lot of Social Security benefit. They're getting $900, they're getting $1,000. If you're getting $1,000 in Social Security in 2025, you are living 25% below poverty. It means that according to the federal government and what they consider as poverty, you are worse off. And so the Social Security 2100 Act is supposed to bring you to 125% of the federal poverty level. Now, each year the government releases their federal poverty level chart that shows you what the government considers as poverty. And for a single person, that number is 15,000. And so if you're a senior citizen and you're getting $1,000 in Social Security every month, you are living in poverty. And the Social Security 2100 Act will bring you to 125% of the federal poverty level. So what does that mean in dollars and cents? If you're getting $1,000 a month currently, it means that every year you're getting $12,000 in Social Security benefit. If this Social Security 2100 Act is passed and it can be done this year, you are going to get $18,000 in Social Security benefits versus your current 12,000. So you can see the difference. That's a big gap, and that is supposed to help seniors that are in the low income category get some relief with what inflation has done to your Social Security check, etc. So that is number one. That I think that is the priority that the president and Congress should get behind, to pass the Social Security 2100 Act this year to help seniors that are struggling. The second thing they can do is do something about food stamps. Now, a lot of seniors, about 5 million, qualify for food stamps but don't apply because of frustrations with the minimum food stamps benefit. You may not know this, but the minimum food stamps benefit is $23. And a lot of seniors are getting $23 and are very unhappy with it because you spend all this time applying for food stamps, you jump through all these hoops, and then they send you an EBT card for $23. That does not even buy a day's worth of food. And so there is a proposal in Congress right now to bump that minimum benefit to $75. And I think that if the president and the Congress wants to do something for seniors right now, seniors that are in the low income category, they can pass this bill to increase the minimum food stamps benefit to $75, meaning that no senior citizen age 62 and above that applies for food stamps is going to get less than $75. And then while they are doing this, they should address the food stamps income limit and asset limit, specifically the asset limit, because currently, I get this all the time in our comments, seniors are being denied food stamp benefits because the government claims that you make too much money. And too much money is $4,500 in a savings account. And if you've really paid attention to what's happening with healthcare costs, a lot of seniors need that money, that savings, that rainy day fund in order to deal with unexpected healthcare challenges. And so to be technically punished or denied benefit because you have a little bit of savings and to expect that you have zero savings in order to qualify for benefits is really ridiculous. And I think that that is the second thing that they can do. In addition to increasing the minimum benefit to $75, they can also do something about the food stamps asset limit and increase that from the current $4,500 to $10,000. This is a recommendation that has been made, and it's something that Congress is aware of. The bill is floating around. They need to do something about it. So that's number two. If you're a low income senior, that is the second thing the president and the Congress can do to bring you real relief. The third thing is to pass the Social Security Expansion Act. This is a legislation that has been proposed by Senator Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren and others. It has bipartisan support in both chambers of Congress. So it means that there are enough Republicans and Democrats in the House and the Senate who are pushing this forward. What this would do, it will address the problem that has been happening with seniors in the past few years, where you feel like you can never get ahead because inflation has been eating at your Social Security benefits. Well, the Social Security Expansion Act will give you a $200 increase right away. And it's fully paid for in the way the bill is designed. So each senior citizen is going to get $2,400 a year in an increase, and try to catch you up with what inflation has done to Social Security check over the last 10 years with COVID and all. And so it is important to understand that there are bills that are currently in Congress. I'm giving you names of bills. This is not something that I'm making up and telling you that Congress has to pass. This is not something that some think tank has written down and I'm telling you that Congress has to listen to them. These are bills that have names in Congress. You can Google it and search it. The Social Security Expansion Act, the Social Security 2100 Act. They know this already. So all they have to do is put these bills up for a vote. And there is bipartisan support in the Congress, the House, and the Senate for these bills that I've mentioned that can bring tremendous relief to seniors right away. So that's number three. The fourth thing they can do is address Medicare Part B premium. You may not know this, but 1 in 3 seniors that are on Medicare are also on Medicaid. And if you've been paying attention to the big, beautiful bill, $1 trillion was taken out of Medicaid in order to finance the tax cuts. Well, that's a problem because that is denying help to seniors, low income seniors, that depend on Medicaid to pay their Medicare expenses. If you are on Medicaid and you're on Medicare, which is called dual eligibility, it means that Medicaid is paying for your Medicare premium, your Part B premium, which is $185. Medicaid is paying for your dental, your vision, and hearing and prescription drug expenses. So by taking such a big chunk out of Medicaid, they are denying a lot of help to seniors that need Medicaid in order to afford Medicare. So the proposal is to expand Medicaid eligibility for seniors in the low income category so that a lot more seniors can get help with their Medicare Part B premium for those who cannot afford it. Because a lot of seniors, because of inflation, are now making difficult choices between buying food, taking care of things that they absolutely need versus paying for their healthcare costs. So that is the fourth thing that can be done. And then number 5, the fifth proposal that Congress can do something that can bring tremendous help to seniors is to do something about the Social Security cost of living adjustment. Now, you may not know this, or you may know this. This year had one of the lowest Social Security cost of living adjustment in about 5 years. It was 2.5%. Last year, it was 3.2%. But we all know that inflation has been higher than 2.5% or 3% because prices that have gone up over the last 5-7 years never came back down. So a lot of seniors find themselves in a situation where each year their Social Security check is buying less and less and less. Well, the proposal in front of Congress is to put a minimum limit on the Social Security cost of living adjustment so that seniors will get at least, regardless of what year it is, you will get a 3.5% minimum Social Security increase every year. And then when we have years where there's a lot of inflation, then you get more. What is this going to do in terms of dollars and cents? Well, this year you got about $40 or $50 increase. It means that you would have gotten a lot more than that at 3.5%. And in years where we have hyperinflation like we've experienced during COVID, then your Social Security cost of living adjustment will go further, close to 10% in some cases, depending on what's happening. So everything I'm talking about is about real policies that Congress already are sitting on. And every time they would use it as a teaser to get seniors all riled up. You see this online. It gets, they talk about these bills and then it never goes anywhere. Well, they had a big opportunity to include all of this in the big, beautiful bill, and it did not happen. And so my point is that if they really want to help the 50% of seniors that did not benefit from the big, beautiful bill, they can pass these 5 proposals, including the Social Security Expansion Act, which gives you $200 increase right away, the Social Security 2100 Act, which gives you a $660 increase right away for seniors that are getting the minimum benefit. They can increase the minimum food stamps benefit to $75 so that the 5 million seniors that are waiting to apply can get real help. They can do something about Medicare Part B premium by expanding how many seniors qualify for Medicaid to pay for their Medicare premiums. And they can also do something about the Social Security cost of living adjustment. So these are the things that I believe they should do to help seniors. And I think that if you're frustrated that the big, beautiful bill did not do much for you, these are the things that we should be pushing Congress. You should be calling your congressperson and your senator and letting them know that you are aware of these bills that are sitting there that could bring you real relief, that are not getting any traction. And you need their support to get behind this so that seniors in the low income category that are also struggling the most can get real relief this year. So that is what I wanted to talk to you about today. And I hope that this helps explain what is happening with the big, beautiful bill and how it's going to impact you. If you have any questions at all, let me know in the comment section below. I'm going to be back live tomorrow. There's 1,000 pages of this bill, and I've gone through all of them, and I'm going to walk you through each section, things that are happening with Medicaid, food stamps, energy assistance, etc. I'm going to bring you more details tomorrow. So if you like what you heard, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you tomorrow on another live.